I am going to remind you in advance that I'm very sorry and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving up.
Doesn't that look like Jalen Johnson? Squint your eyes, it's just like really, really look at him. Look at them side by side. Tell me you don't see it. Anyways, Jalen Johnson doppelgangers to the side. I think that if there is one word that you could describe this Hawks season with before the All-Star break, I think you'd use turbulent. They came into the season with large expectations because of all of the moves that they had made in the off-season. And then they started off really underwhelmingly. And then all throughout November, it always felt like there was something that was holding them back, be it injuries, inconsistency. It always felt like one step forward, two steps back. They reverted back to being a 500 team, and at times they even looked directionless, looking completely devoid of any ideas. And then January 9 happens, and the Hawks trade away Trae Young and acquire CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. And the results so far have been exceptional. The Hawks look more assured, they look more settled. Since the All-Star break, they are 15-3. They have a net rating of 12.8, which is among the best in the league. And that starting lineup of Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, CJ McCollum, Onyeka Okongwu, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been blowing out every efficiency rate. They're averaging 122 points per game, 30 assists, 50 rebounds, 10 steals a game, and a 17.9 win margin. That's impressive. They finally found that perfect balance of playmaking, defense, and shot making to have a sustained positive impact over a long period of time. And a big factor to that is Jalen Johnson, a certified All-NBA talent, and one of two players who's averaging 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, alongside Nikola Jokic, which is some company to be keeping. And for someone his size, while his scoring and rebounding is impressive, his playmaking and his assists is what has taken this team to the next level. His combination of size, speed, and vision has created so many opportunities for this team in so many different phases of the game, from transition to the half-court offense, off screens. His ability to master such a variety of passes so early really makes him so unique. Quin Snyder has instituted a really cool system that empowers each player to put the ball on the floor. And you can see the results of that. They're third in assist percentile, they're second in assist to turnover ratio, and first in points off assists. Big part of why they're on a 15-3 run is because they move the ball around so well and they finish plays at a high level. They've instituted this egalitarian system that benefits so many of their players so well. And it also helps that they're top 10 in shooting percentage and volume in the league, which means for at least 30 minutes a night, they're running a lineup with at least 3 legitimate 20-point scorers in Jalen Johnson, CJ, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And with Onyeka Okongwu shooting close to 40%, which helps with the spacing on this team, it allows Dyson Daniels to shine in his role even more as a defensive presence. Their strengths and weaknesses are combining so well, and that is contributing to the success of this team. Push Theory published this article which introduced the concepts of cumulative impact players and decisive impact players. And the Hawks have found that perfect balance or the marriage between these two types of players now. A player like Dyson Daniels fits so well with Jalen Johnson because they do all those small things that generate those extra possessions, like steals, rebounding. And then you have those play finishers like CJ or Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who operate at such a high efficiency that allows them to take advantage of those opportunities that are created. This team is ninth in passes in the league. They hold the ball for at least 2.85 seconds per dribble, which is one of the lowest rates in the league, which shows that they're constantly moving the ball. No one's sticking to it, no one's going ISO a lot of times. Their greatest weapon is their pace. They're third in pace in the league. So they're constantly catching defenses off guard, not waiting for the defenses to settle, getting out in transition, getting those easy buckets. And all of these small things have just contributed to them winning more games. And while they look like they're going to secure a top 6 position, and they do have a chance to at least get to the second round at least, like every team, they do have flaws as well. In their 2 losses that I've seen against the Hawks and against the Rockets and the Celtics, and almost against the Detroit Pistons, this team has seemed to struggle with physicality, and the center position can become a point of contention against the better centers in the East. On defense, CJ is obviously going to be targeted, and it's going to be a matter of if his offense can offset his defensive liability. And a big point as well is going to be their bench production. Obviously, in the playoffs, it's going to be a bit more marginalized because there's going to be fewer minutes, but they do struggle in bench production outside of and the inconsistencies that come from players like Jonathan Kuminga and Corey Kispert.